Okay, I guess this is a start. So, welcome to my ramblings about my plans regarding cosplay of Vindicare assassins from Warhammer 40k and some gun design and poor decisions made by people with more skill than me. So, as you can see here, this is a Vindicare assassin. He belongs to Office of Assassinations. I'm not going to do the fake Latin thing. And he carries a really big gun. And this is one of the most popular artworks on the internet for Vinegar Assassin. He has a knife, fine. He has the standard science fiction suit. He has slightly skull-looking mask um, with communication equipment, rebreather hardware, this weird thing at the front, and red eyes. And this is fine. And this is technically just a mask. This is called a spy mask, not a helmet. That will become a problem in a moment. He also has this weird thing here, some bullets for some reason, this all looks weird, and a massive, massive, massive gun with a massive breech and a massive silencer. This is a Xitus rifle, and it's one of the main features of Vindicare, together with the spy mask. Now, and there is, I guess, here a bit of a stock for this massive sniper rifle, super ultra tech. We can have slightly better look if we go here. So again, we can see there is a pistol here. Probably it's some kind of backpack. The guy has a pistol. It's called Exitus pistol, and it's custom made just for him. Much more detail on this amazing helmet. It looks great, and it's different because everyone makes it different, and all of this is custom. In universe, all of this is custom made for every single person. And obviously adjustable permission. Here you can see that helmet is actually made out of some plates. This looks like a helmet with a mask, so this is not just the costume he has. And I don't remember how this is called, but this is basically a a spy suit. It has some camouflage benefits, and in Warhammer 40k Ascension, pen and paper game, it gives you both camo and 3 points of armor and makes you invisible to all infrared and all the fancy stuff. And we have the sniper rifle, this time with a slightly longer stock maybe. I don't know where he's holding this gun. This looks actually very small and fancier, square, more modern scope. And we have this picture where the man is clearly jacked, has this weird World War I, World War II setup here with a skull. I guess they didn't have skulls. And he has 3 bullets. Those 3 bullets are quite important. Those are special rounds for Exitus rifle. One of them is, I forgot their actual names, but one of them sets things on fire, mostly biological targets, presumably the red one. The blue one is shield breaker. That includes any energy and psionic shields. So psychers with their fancy stuff just die. Not a problem. And this is, if I remember correctly, turbo penetrator. You can make assumptions about what it does. And again, those are quite big bullets. And this we have here, this massive rifle. And here on the right side, on the right leg, he probably has the pistol here based on some other graphics. Now, and again, this is very impractical. And here we see a few elements. Very short stock. This is not normal stock for a rifle. Pistol grip on a sniper rifle. Very weird. And then this handle is very close to the back of the gun. It seems like it could be moved, adjusted, but it's always on all the pictures shown here. So here we have, so this is a design made by someone originally in the past for the figure of Vindicare. And it's obviously like some competent man and designer who just wanted it to be sci-fi. Not very practical, but sci-fi. And in the grim dark universe and blah, blah, blah. Some of those things are important, some of those things aren't important, some of those things are easy, some of those things are very hard. Bullets, you buy them. Massive rifle, well, preferably you find the model and you print it. Gun, that's easy, it's a boxy gun. We'll get those in a moment. Helmet, We will get to that, but I found it was simplest to just order one from China and then make it look good. Costume, well, I'm giving up on costume because I don't have those muscles, and also if you want to buy uniform black costume, it's either very, very bad something from China or very, very good motorcycle costume, and I don't have money for that, and also I will swim in it in half an hour if I go to Comic-Con or something. But this is what we are trying to achieve. So we need massive rifle, we need those 3 bullets on some kind of very weird, very old webbing design, and we need the helmet. Now, as it happens, when I started to research it, there are people who did some amazing job. I say did, well, I don't know if they did. This is a helmet. This is unbelievably good renderation of the helmet um, of the spy mask of the helmet of Vindicare assassin. It has all the most important cues. So it has this weird hole at the front. It has 2 filters, air injectors, ejectors, who knows. This does filters like all the toxins and everything, the spy mask. It looks great, it looks very militaristic, and it has this sensor array and communication array here with all the cables and everything. This is amazing. It was made by the gun guy called Pebble Billy. He has a few other names around the internet. This is from his what's the name of this weird website? From his DeviantArt. And this was made as a commission for other person who makes or was making at some point a costume and was making at some point props, or was trying to make a business out of making props. All this is on the internet. The problem is last posts any of those people made was many, many years ago, and all of their accounts seem to be dead. I tried to message them, email them, all of that. No one replies. I would be quite happy to buy the STL for this and print it. But I'm not willing to pay someone like $200 to design it from scratch, even if I could sell it later. So we are getting from China very cheap motorcycle helmet with removable front, and we will just add a lot of gribblies to it and foam and try to do something, build something here. We will see. I have no idea, haven't arrived yet. Now, guns. So again, by the same person, I managed to find it. This is a very good Exitus rifle. So what we can see here is very good looking scope. This very weird design. I haven't seen this in real life. I'm not like specialist in guns, but I haven't seen a stock that would just angle downwards. But it does look like there is a pipe inside and you can extend it back like in modern rifles. This wood pistol grip, again, this is just a decision by the designers, so I guess we are keeping it. This is a space for a massive magazine for massive bullets. A skull with wings. Maybe we can put an eagle here, we will see. And a handhold that looks like they could switch between those spots here and move front and back. And we have massive bridge here for those massive bullets. And then some generic thing at the front. Was as a silencer, but doesn't matter really that much. Better view. And we have here Exitus pistol, which kind of looks like a bolt pistol, just made for humans. Not that relevant. And more amazing shots. Very good design. I'm making assumptions here that those are actually just different positioned STLs, as in like those are actual 3D models someone could print. If you are a maker of those, I will pay you some reasonable amount of money. Now, we don't have any of that. What we have is a Nerf gun and a STL made by someone who, by his own admission, never finished the project and also made it many, many years ago. So let's have a look at that. I know, smooth interaction. So, nice. So this is a Nerf gun that I disassembled, painted black, as you do, and then started filling all of the holes for screws with various levels of glue, filler and stuff. This still needs sanding, but the rest, this may need some sanding. And I 3D printed on a resin printer this very nice design from Thingsverse. On both sides, obviously this is required, and then started filling massive holes everywhere with green putty and then some other fillers. Lots of this is glue. This wood here, I know, great design decision, but I just lost the piece that was supposed to be here. This piece, I found it later. In the meantime, I was like, screw it, there's massive hole here. I'm just going to glue a piece of wood here, paint it black, add gribblies. We will see if anyone notices. I mean, it's a live video. I don't have anyone watching me, so I don't think anyone will even know about this. This will stay here, because removing this would be horrible pain. I may mask it with something mounted here. This is still functional nerf gun. On repainting, I will have to paint this again, because this is one part that I didn't paint, and turns out it's semi-visible, but it works just fine. Now, next to this pistol, we have our rifle. Does this already look to you like a bolt gun? It does to me, but obviously this is not the actual rifle, and if you've seen my short from before, you may have seen that there was more stuff here. Well, it's gone now, I cut it all off. What was there was a mounting point for this handle here. It was about this far. The problem, I hate this. It looks unrealistic to me. Even if they exist somewhere for real, it just looks unrealistic to me, this whole bit here. And it's not comfortable, and it's way too short for me personally. So I cut it off, and I'm trashing this. Now, while I'm complaining about design again, but done by someone who has skill that I don't have, and also done it a long time ago, this is presumably bullet ejection port. There's one here, slightly bigger, but comparing to the size of magazine, this is nothing. This skull, very bad. This is going to get removed, and I'm going to put here, I'm going to put here red painted, I now forgot how they are called, but whatever. This is kind of standard stuff. There will be a piece of paper here with the pledge, one for Mechanicum for the gun, and I have another one with the skull for the for myself. Now, this is, as you can see, very poorly connected because it's not actually connected. This is just fitted so I can wave it and make measurements and see how it fits to my body. All of this will have to be sanded and then filled with some filler, and then sanded and filled and sanded, all of that. Now, what's going on here? I can show you. Move this to the left. I found on the internet, on Thingsverse, a person who just makes a very realistic pieces for guns. Obviously, all of this is toys, inert replicas, pieces of plastic, because this is just plastic. So, it required some adjustments, and this is as short as it gets, but it happens to be the distance I want, so I'm going to keep it. So suddenly we will have much more narrow, lighter body, and it will all be just glued in with this. This whole setup fits multiple options, and inside there is glued in aluminum extrusion 20 by 20. So if I ever want to, I could just rip this off and have new stock here. It is adjustable. So you press this button and then it moves up and down. This needs springs that arrived. They haven't arrived yet. And here I'm going to just put some leather. Again, this is adjustable. Currently it just slides out. I don't actually know how to stop this button from falling down, but I am going to just put a spring inside this hole so that there is always pressure pushing this out, so that this is not going to automatically just fall out when you do that. And again, nice piece of leather here. This is going to get screwed in, glued in possibly too, and it will be adjustable. Maybe I think I will leave it like this so you can see some of the internals. I may do something about the screw. Most of this actual body will be wrapped in leather, simply because why not? It fits the aesthetic, I think. I may add some gribblies later, maybe some sensor pack here or something like this to not have massive empty space. But we will see this much later as it goes away. Now, the more I see this, the more I like it. But in the meantime, normally what you have in front of it is this. And this is the beginning of the gun. And again, this is already looks very good, very much like a gun from Warhammer 40k. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to do this. We are simply going to flip it because I want this slightly farther based on positioning up myself with the stock. So this goes here. And then from there, you have just the filler bit, just so make it all of this longer. We're getting somewhere. And at the end, we have this. And this whole design like has some issues. So for example, we have a scope, which I'm going to show in a moment, but also have this at the front. And this is at the height of the scope. Why is this here? I have to cut it off. This is not visible part of the gun. This is part of a pipe that is suppressor. Let me have a look if I have it on hand. I know, quality content and preparations. I do not have it on hand, but basically it's just a grape, whoop, bumping into stuff. It's a grape pipe that goes like to here, and this is one element. And this whole design have been just chopped into pieces. Obviously, if you want to make a good design like this, you would have pieces slotting into each other, not just flush cuts. And the geometry of a design should be such that pieces fitting together fit together naturally. So obviously, like something like this, this cannot be printed as a one piece. I mean, I could, but because I have a massive printer, but this is unusable for most people. But if there would be a design here of some kind of break, this item doesn't have to cut flush. It can be inside of surface design and some other surface design here, and element just touch, and then you don't have to do anything because the design is supposed to be there. Now, obviously, you could do shenanigans here. So for example, if I really want this to be up front, I could have done that. That's a benefit of it. Everything just fits. So I could do that. I'm not going to. What I'm going to actually do... there is also this cap, by the way. And this cap was designed to go on top of the suppressor, like here, about like 20 centimeters here. It has very nice rifling that took some effort to design, I assume. Obviously, suppressors don't have rifling, so that's that. What I'm going to do is either cut this in half or fully remove it. Then I'm going to glue this here, drill some holes, put some magnets in, and I found this slightly more modified. It's a replica or Surefire, whatever. This is airsoft suppressor. Well, replica, toy, piece of plastic that I'm going to magnetically attach like this here, so that if I bump into someone or someone bumps into me, this is the last part of the replica, and it's also like at 5% infill. It's very, very light. It's just going to break off and fall to the floor because I don't want the rifle to break. After painting, this will be very complicated and annoying to fix. Now, the last bit we have here is a scope. Scope comes in two pieces. They fit together. I haven't cleaned them up yet. And they fit here. So you can see that everything cuts exactly at the same spot. Right. Which is fine. So only now, watching some of the photos, I noticed that one of the photos had this weird design here that slopes down. I don't know why, it's very weird. Obviously you would want it to be like this, so that sun doesn't hit your lens and doesn't doesn't reflect back to someone else. And then this also has this weird protruding thing here. I don't know why. So what we are going to do is we are going to somehow glue this together, possibly in this actual position. I'm going to cut this off and probably just buy a rubber visor from some semi-trash source like eBay that will make this soft so I can pretend to look via it without bumping my out. And here I'm going to definitely cut this out. And then the plan is to make it square. So I will probably take a piece of plexi, pop it on something square, heat it up so it bends square here, square it here, and then we have piece of square cover on this going here and then cutting itself back. So it will be looking like this. If you look from the front, it's just not going to be round, it's going to be square. And then obviously more gribblies, everything painted black, all of this. And that is all about the guns, I think. Oh, obviously at the front I have more of those that I printed, so they will go somewhere here. And they'll be painted gold. So this is all about the guns, I think. This is going to be hard. I would like a lot of gribblies in it. And, oh yes, sorry, important point. Those 3 bullets, right? So if I would have way too much money, instead of printing this, I would buy an airsoft rifle that is a replica of a Barrett rifle, and it shoots 50 cal bullets. And you can buy replicas of those bullets or real bullets without any active ingredients, so they're just pieces of metal. They look like this. So I have to paint the tips, right? I will paint the last few centimeters in red, blue, and white. And here's the funny thing, this will look great on me. This is big, everyone will see it, this will be easy to recognize. But if I put it here, this is ejection port, right? Like, that's not going to fit. So as you can see, one of the designs had massive ejection port that could eject basically something like this, because in this design doesn't even fit into the mag, like just it doesn't fit. So again, I'm very thankful to the person that made it in the past, and they made this available for free. You can print this whole thing for free. And like if I would just want to buy something pre-made, I could pay someone. But if I want to work on a project, and like no one is fan of sanding, I assume, but this will have lots of gribblies, paint, details added, everything. So someone making all of this took a lot of work to make for free, is amazing. And I will have a lot of fun making it exactly the way I want. I think this is all for now. I hope to glue some bits together and paint the pistol in the next few days if weather allows, and then hopefully we can do some light brushing and detailing work with the paint on the pistol. Pistol is 100% going to be done first, and within a week or two hopefully the helmet will arrive, so the work on that will be able to start. That's all. Thank you for watching. If you like Warhammer, I guess, I don't know, subscribe, whatever YouTube tells you to do, all of that weird stuff. Thank you and bye.